Hello, welcome my beautiful vibrant souls to today's pick a card reading honoring the new moon in Sagittarius. I always call it Sagittarius. I don't know why I call it Sagittarius, but I just do, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably not do that out loud. Anyway, yay! Weirdness aside, this is super exciting. So this new moon is going to be taking place on the 23rd of November, 2022. Keep in mind that new moon energy, much like all other lunar energy aside from eclipses, goes from lunar phase to lunar phase. So, you can really utilize any time over this next month ahead to kind of set these intentions, but it's really going to be the most potent on like a couple days on either side of the new moon. So I want to, I set up this pick a card to kind of give you some information about this new moon in Sagittarius and how to kind of utilize this best for yourself. I do want to kind of say this with a caveat that this will be slightly different for all of you based on your own personal astrology. If you are looking for a Lunar Guidance Session, I do offer those. Those are one-on-one Zoom sessions where we take your personal astrology as well as where you are in your life journey and the goals that you're trying to manifest and figure out the best ways to apply this new moon energy to those goals, right? And your own personal life circumstances, both astrologically and just going on in your every day-to-day existence. So if you're interested in doing that, during these sessions, we can pull further tarot and oracle. We can talk about how this new moon might be playing out for you or impacting you based on your own personal astrology. And we can also craft personal rituals that feel meaningful to you to most effectively harness and utilize the energy of the new moon. So if you're interested in that, the link to a Lunar Guidance Session is in the description box below. I do also offer new moon readings, so if you're looking for this reading more, more personalized, excuse me, I do also offer that, and that will also be linked in the description box below. So before we get into the cards, I want to briefly kind of talk about what this new moon is going to entail. So first of all, I think it's really important that this new moon is also happening on the same day that Jupiter is going direct. It was retrograde through Aries and Pisces, and now it's going direct in Pisces. Now, part of the reason why this is important is that Jupiter in traditional astrology co-rules Sagittarius and Pisces. So where it is going direct in one of its home signs, and we have the new moon in its other home sign, this is a really potent time for getting, not only getting spiritual insight and awareness, but also for coupling that with a certain dose of, I don't want to say realism, but I'm going to say it for lack of a better term. And I say this because while Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, so it is about spiritual expansion, higher spiritual understanding, it's got a little bit of, in Western astrology, it's ruled by Neptune. So it's got a little bit of that Neptunian vibe going on in the sense that it talks about illusions. It talks about, the kind of walking that line between a higher power and giving your power away, right? So sublimation of power. So where it can be about higher spiritual understanding, it also tends to kind of come with this additional message of uncertainty, or not message, note of uncertainty. So it's nice to see that this is now counterbalanced with the new moon in Sagittarius. So the whole entire thing, new moons are the time where we set our intentions, and then 6 months later when we have the full moon in the same sign, this is where either those intentions that we set at the new moon are coming into fruition, or major blockages toward those intentions are coming up in order to be, illuminated, healed, recognized, released, etc. So we can get closer to our manifestation. So Sagittarius is the ruler of the 9th house. And like I said, it's all about higher spirituality, higher learning, right? It's about going out there and traveling, seeing what's out there, right? Its sister sign, Gemini, so it's across the wheel in the zodiac, is all about the concrete learning, right? What we can read in a book, what we can observe of the people around us, what we hear, the chitter chatter in our neighborhood, things like that, things that are a little more, again, like concrete. So by contrast, Sagittarius energy is all about, instead of, about knowing and observing, this is all about doing. This is experiential knowledge. This is abstract knowledge. This is, Gemini is very much about, I guess this is what I would say. Gemini is about knowledge. It's book smarts. Sagittarius tends to be about wisdom, which are both necessary, both highly important, and thus why they need to be held in balance with one another. So this is really a time to set intentions for, I would say the first thing is getting clarity on situations in your life, right? Sagittarius is that zoomed out perspective, that bird's eye perspective. There's cat fur on here, sorry. And so that bird's eye perspective that allows us to make peace with things, with the way things have gone, allows us to accept our current circumstances, but also allows us to be very open to what the universe wants to bring us, right? When we kind of zoom out, we can see how all the pieces fit together. So we're not trying to force things to happen or force things apart. Neither force things together nor force things apart. That the universe is moving around in divine order to try to help us, right? So setting intentions to have that clarity and that understanding. I always think whenever you're setting intentions, clarity is one of the best things that you can ask to have, that you can seek to have. Like when in doubt, I always recommend clarity and healing are like the top two things that you should, if you're like, oh, I want to utilize a new moon, or I want to do, I want to set intentions, what should I set them for? Always start there, right? Because with more information and understanding and the acceptance of that wisdom, the more we're able to do. So this is a really great time, first and foremost, for that. If you are looking to move, if you are looking to, I'm sorry if you can hear my bones crack. If you're looking to move, if you are looking to travel more, if you're looking to broaden your horizons and gain new perspective on things, like have new experiences, talk to new kinds of people, see new things, have new types of, hobbies, or like I said, experiences kind of in general, this is a great new moon to set intentions. So like, let's say you have a 2023 travel goal, right? This is a great new moon to be manifesting, the money for travel, be manifesting the opportunities to come your way. Jupiter is the benefic planet, and it's very much that like twist of fate in your favor. So really setting intentions for the universe to pleasantly surprise you. This is a great new moon for that, for sure. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Like I said, setting intentions for that clarity and that greater understanding is going to be very potent, specifically because Jupiter's going direct in Pisces, right? So this is going to be a time where whenever planets are retrograde, this is essentially where you can take that planetary energy and you direct it inward. And another thing it does is bring stuff back around from the past. So a lot of you may have experienced during Jupiter retrograde, which was from, I believe, June up until now, pretty much. A lot of you may have been experiencing things coming back around from your past to see if you still want it. I have like a burp stuck. Sorry if I burp while I'm talking, you guys. A lot of you may have experienced delays in your manifestations. You may have experienced, like I said, almost like repeat scenarios or like legitimate one-to-one, people coming back around. There is an eagle flying right outside my window. That is the dopest shit I've ever seen. Awesome. Sorry, I know they're around here, but they never fly this close while I can see. That's so cool. Okay. Anyway, in case that was synchronistic for anyone there. Eagles. Woohoo. But, this could be where it's either scenarios that are very similar or the like direct exact same thing, right? People coming back around, opportunities coming back around. And the whole entire point is to either expand your awareness. So like, let's say, you had somebody leave your life. You have a very like, oh, they must have done this because of this. And this has kind of been something where you sort of closed out the book on this and you're like, fine, okay, I'm not dealing with them anymore. This is a time where they may have come back around to offer you further insight as to why they acted the way they did. And the whole entire purpose of Jupiter retrograde is to kind of help us either expand our perception in order to move forward, in order to not hold on to the past, in order to, in order to grow and to not hit as many blockages, or to take care of old blockages, or because you're trying to manifest things and things are coming back around now in order for you to be like, is this still a good fit for me? Sometimes it's just an opportunity to see how far we've come, right? How much we've grown. So you may have experienced any or all of these things during Jupiter retrograde. And especially with it being through Aries and Pisces, excuse me, this has really been a time to look at your own personal power and how you might kind of give that away, or like have illusions around what you can and can't do, right? This is also where Pisces and Aries rule the 12th and 1st house respectively. Excuse me. This is, the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, right? Kind of like this almost rebirth energy. So this is really looking at what cycles in your life you need to end, what cycles in your life have ended, and your power in that process. So if things have been taken out of your life, feeling powerless to that may have come back around during Jupiter retrograde in order for you to re-examine this and take back your power. Something that you're waiting for a sign about, you're waiting for the universe to do something about it. It may have really come to your attention during Jupiter retrograde that you have the power to be able to decide which way to move forward. Again, it's all about your personal power and how you see that and any illusions to that, right? And there are some things where you might almost take on too much, right? You might blame yourself for like, oh, this went poorly, this went this way. This was all my fault. I messed up. I did XYZ wrong. And Jupiter retrograde may have brought those situations back around. This is where you have people maybe apologizing for things, taking ownership, trying to give you clarity, insight, validation in order for you to kind of relinquish a little bit of that and realize like, okay, this was meant to happen. This was divinely inspired. So whether you're either leaning too heavily on fate and destiny and like giving up your power unintentionally in the process, or if you're taking on too much kind of cosmic spiritual responsibility, either way, wherever it's kept you stuck, this retrograde period has been to bring you back into balance. So having the new moon on the heels of that is a very potent, powerful exchange. So utilizing this time to set intentions for even further clarity around those issues, or anything that came up for you during Jupiter retrograde in that area is going to be a really, really great use of the time and the energy. So that's kind of like a basic overview. Excuse me. We have 3 groups to choose from to get some more specifics. So we have group 1 with this solar plexus chakra stone of I do. I almost dropped that. We have group 2 with the crown chakra stone I know. I know. And then group 3 with the throat chakra stone saying I speak. So take your time if need be, pause the video, meditate, contemplate on the stacks in front of you. And when you have picked one that best resonates with your energy, head down to the timestamps in the description box below, and that will take you to your selected option. But with that, I'm going to get started with group 1. Hello, group 1. Okay, so I do have to say, I haven't looked at your cards yet, but the tarot deck that I use for today, which is the Cat's Eye Tarot, has the cards that are, this is the back of the card. So I happen to know, because I've used this deck enough, that when it's facing this way as opposed to, the face is facing this way is, I believe this is reversed, if I remember correctly. Hang on, I don't want to peek. Yeah, I'm correct. Okay. I haven't seen what they are. I just saw that one, obviously, but I haven't seen what they are yet. But all of yours are reversed as opposed to the other groups, which have a mixture. Meaning I feel like there's been a lot of blockage, and I don't even know what this is in, regards to quite yet. But there's been a lot of blockage. And with the solar plexus chakra stone, you might either be very frustrated by the lack of action. You might be struggling to figure out which way to move forward. Things may have been very slow for a long time. But I do feel like this is what this is addressing, is this area where there's been little to no movement. And I do feel like this is the opportunity for this to shift is coming in for you, and relatively quickly. So utilizing this new moon to help with that might behoove you. But let's see what you have so we can get further details. We have, the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Okay. Some of you may have been waiting for other people. There's other energies where stuff had to happen in order for, look at, it's hard to see, there's the little orbs above all their head. There's soul tribe members who are waking up, and it's like things haven't been moving forward yet, in part because there's more, you're attached to a collective, and there's collective energy that needed to move and shift. We have, okay, the Super 7 with direction, card 20, so that reduces to a 2. All right, I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna try my best. We have bewilderment. There's a cat and a squirrel, in case that's important for you. We have trust. Alrighty. Okay. Nourish. Alrighty. It's actually quite lovely. And for your tarot, we've got the Knight of Cups reversed. The Lovers reverse. Okay. Oh boy. The Eight of Wands reverse. That's exactly what I was thinking of. It's Mercury and Sagittarius. And the Star reverse. Okay. Oh boy. Let me just make sure I can try to get these centered for you here. Very good at putting stuff out of the frame. So let me see. Oh, these actually aren't that bad this time. All right, I did okay. Yay, I can learn. Okay, so exactly we're talking about Eight of Wands reverse. I hadn't even seen this either, and like this has been a period of time where things have not been moving forward. There might be a distinct lack of communication. Heavy water sign energy going on, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have Gemini, and we have Aquarius. So those might resonate. They certainly don't have to. But you've been in this place, it's almost like a maze here, right? Very Pisces 12th house energy, where you've had to really just trust. You've had to trust in spirit. I feel like you've had to trust in another person. There's a very heavy emphasis on a love partnership here. I don't make the rules. That's just the cards that came out. And you've had to really trust that it's like these are maybe both of you guys, but the thing that you share in common, you might be very different than this person in some ways. You might, there might be like a big significant issue where there's a disconnect, right? Because there's this like little strip in between the two. There might be where you guys are very similar, but you also confuse each other, where it looks like a maze. It's like you also really confuse each other, but the thing that you have in common, the thing that ties you together above all else is the love that you have. It's equal, it's strong. And I definitely do see that here. But this is a situation where there is a lot of growth. There's a lot of nourishment here, but I do feel like there's also a lot of confusion. Any separation that has occurred has been in order for you to nurture and nourish yourself. Because once again, it's like you guys both deeply, intuitively understand each other, but also in a practical way, don't at all. And it's like, how can we love each other when we have so little in common, or we're so different? But it just makes sense. It just does, right? And this is because this is a member of your soul tribe. For some of you, you've been waiting for an offer with the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. Does not have to be love related. If this is, I want to pull for what this is, if it's not love related. Okay, Justice. So this again, this could be like a long-term relationship. You could be waiting for a contract. Yeah, this feels very much like this is about love. I don't make the rules. Let me see. Yeah, we have Death. Oh wow, there's a lot of the King of Cups. Okay, Death, Nine of Cups, Tower reverse, King of Cups, Queen of Wands. This is a friggin' partnership. All right, I'm all done. Okay, so there's a partnership, and what you've been waiting on is like, again, there's all this love. You guys this feels very much like opposites attract. There's all this love, but there's a lack of clarity about how to move forward, right? There's this understanding with the Star that this is something special. There may have been, like I said, you guys could be in separation with the Three of Swords. There's heartbreak. There's been something that feels awful that's happened, right? But with we saw that Death card earlier, there needed to be an ending. There needed to be a shift. There needed to be a massive change here. And I feel like you guys have been struggling with direction, because you see how there's the staircases, it's hard to see, but there's one up here, there's one leading up here. And this is card 20, which reminds me of the Judgment card in the tarot. There's been a big decision, or there's still a big decision that has to be made. Because the Lovers is reversed, I'm inclined to think at least one of you has already made your choice, if not both of you, but there's a matter of moving forward. But this is why things have been paused, right? Balance needed to be restored. Any heartbreak needed to be healed. There needed to be this like nourishment of self that happened, this nurturing of self. And there also needed to be decisions that were made. And this is what I feel like, you know, you've been on this journey, especially throughout Jupiter retrograde, of needing to trust in the love, needing to trust that your spirit guides are not just, what I'm hearing is like, they're not just fucking around with you. They're not just like messing with you just because, that there is purpose, there is a greater, because I feel like there's something where you, when looking at this, it's like you can't figure it out, right? You're confused. Like, what is the point of this? What was the point of going through this? I don't see how I gain the wisdom. Like, I don't understand. I feel like you've been trying to figure it out. So in addition to being bewildered by this person, you're just bewildered by the situation. They are equally confused. Like, they're equally kind of just like, I don't know what to do here. Like, I don't know what the point of this was. I'm not sure how to answer this is kind of something I'm getting. Like, what I'm hearing from their energy is like, I don't know what the right answer is here. And so you guys have been in this period of, I feel either like being very much at arm's length from one another, outright separation, no contact for the majority, if not the entirety of Jupiter retrograde. And what this new moon is bringing in, or what, you know, you can set intentions for, is I feel like this new moon is bringing in a decision point. I want to kind of get a little more information about that, because like I said, there's been a lack of communication, a lack of forward movement with the Eight of Wands reversed. And this is ultimately not what either of you want with the Star reversed, right? You guys want to be together. You guys love each other equally. So it's kind of like, and I think you know that, and that might be part of the confusion, is like, if we love each other, what the fuck are we doing? It's kind of the energy, or it's a little spicy. I like it. You guys get each other at the soul, right? And I feel like there's something where at least one, I feel like this is probably the other person, but there needed to be some awakening here. There needed to be, somebody had to wake up. Again, very Judgment card energy. But I also feel like there's a greater purpose. So I want to know first and foremost, what this new moon is bringing in terms of like actionable steps or movement coming forward from this situation, this person. Oh, the Empress. Okay. So you're manifesting something regardless of gender. This is, you know, very, let me pull these as well. This is very divine feminine energy. King of Pentacles at the bottom. Somebody may have been waiting for their finances to improve. But in terms of what this is bringing in, this is bringing in abundance, the opportunity to manifest. This person thinks very highly of you. This person wants, they won't be on you. No, but like they want to have you in their life. They see you as a long-term fixture in their life, right? There may have been an issue where you guys were really trying to figure out long-term, how do we make this work, right? Maybe this is getting along with their family, or them getting along with your family, or if you guys wanted to have a family at some point, right? Because again, it's like, how are we going to make this work? How are we going to like, yeah, like, this is a really weird image they were giving me, but they were giving me this image of like a kitten that accidentally gets stuck in a tree and meets a squirrel there, and they like weirdly fall in love. It's like, how are we going to make this happen? I'm noticing because we have the different kittens. We have one that looks like the mama cat and one that looks different. Actually, it looks a little bit like that King of Pentacles cat. Yeah. So there's an element to which you may have like, it may be kind of asking these bigger questions, like you guys had established something, but it's like, okay, this is the turning point. This is the decision point in this connection. How do we move forward? So this is what this new moon is bringing in, is the opportunity to manifest what you want. But this person also seeing you and recognizing you undeniably, right? You may have had these little thoughts about this during the day of like, oh, I really love group one. Like, I love the way they do this, or, oh, they're really great at this. You know, I admire this about them. They have all these little thoughts, and I feel like it's coming together where they're putting it together like, oh shit, I love this person. Or like, oh shit, I really want to make things work. I really want to take the next step. I'm ready, right? They were at this, like, holding themselves back at this precipice. And I feel like that's what's moving forward. We have the Three of Wands reversed. Yeah, this person doesn't want to wait anymore. And the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I always like this version of the Ten of Pentacles because it looks like these two cats are sitting there having a serious conversation about the future. But with the King of Pentacles showing up at the bottom of the deck, this is what I feel like. This person's all done waiting. They don't want to wait anymore. They want to approach you about this. They want to talk about the big things. you know, with the great gathering, they might be getting ready to introduce you to their important people. They might want to meet your important people. If you guys aren't official yet, they might want to like, excuse me, make things official as a couple. Maybe like have like a host like a dinner party or something. There's something where they want it to like all come together. They're ready now. This could also have to do with moving in together or moving to be closer to one another if there's distance here. But this is what it is, you know, it's all coming together. They're starting to put the pieces together of like, they're seeing the way, especially if you guys have been separated or just not really been, you know, connecting a whole lot. They're seeing all the ways that you positively impact their life. And it's kind of dawning on them where they're like, you know what, the love is the most important thing here. Like, I feel like they've tried to move past this. They've tried to forget about you. They've tried to solve this issue through logic, through practicality, and it's not making the feelings go away. It's not solving the issue. It's not creating clarity. It's not creating closure for them. And the only other recourse they have is to really listen to the love in their heart. That's really what's going on here. So what this new moon is bringing in for you is the opportunity for you guys to manifest something much more stable and grounded. Now, if this is not love and romance related, what I feel like this is, there's something that you've very much been wanting in your life. This could be to come together with Soul Tribe. This could be to, I'm feeling for some of you, attract really good collaborators to work with. But you've been trying to manifest something really, really big in your life. And I feel like you may have kind of just hit some stumbling blocks. This could have to do with the people you're surrounded by, but it's kind of been like, I don't know how to move forward, right? And I feel like if that's the case, there was this element to which it was a matter of timing. I want to figure out what this was about though. Okay, Strength reverse. It's so cute. And the Four of Cups reverse. So if this was like something else in your life, I want to look at this card but not take it. The Two of Cups. Oh, okay. So if this was something else in your life, and the Ten of Cups reverse at the bottom, if this is something else in your life that you were trying to make happen, I feel like there may have been a fear around going for it, because there's a fear around like, do I have what it takes, right? It's like, what happens if I let myself want this thing, right? Let's say it's a job. You know, what happens if I let myself really like throw myself into it, go after it, and then I fail? If this is finding Soul Tribe, it's like, what happens if I, you know, pick up and move across the country and then I hate it, or I don't find people that I get along with, right? There's something about the fear of going after your wishes, your hopes, and your dreams. And again, you know, kind of expanding, right? Going after something new, like getting out of your comfort zone. There's a fear, yes, about getting out of your comfort zone in and of itself, but there's like a fear here around, what if I try it and it's not as good as I was hoping for? Because there's something where I feel like you guys are really wanting this thing, really wanting, you know, Soul Tribe, really wanting. This is something that you've been wanting for a very long time, that's been evading you for quite a long time. And maybe this is either, you know, what feels like your last hope, your last effort, the last opportunity, which is, you know, rarely ever the case. But this feels like this is something where, you know, it's on its last, you know, efforts here, the last legs. And so it's like, if it doesn't work now, it doesn't work at this time, it doesn't work in this way, it might never work, right? This has this feeling of like, let's say this is finding Soul Tribe. You're like, I want to move across the country. I think I'd fit in really well in this area. It would be so great because of X, Y, Z. I could do this, I could do this, I would have access to this. It seems like it would be a great fit, but you guys have been hesitating and kind of waiting on the sidelines, or waiting for things to come together. And at the core of this, there's a fear of, what if I move there and I try it out and I still don't fit in, or I still can't find my tribe, I still can't feel like I belong anywhere, right? There's a fear behind this that's kept you from moving forward. And this is what I feel like is being brought up for healing and resolution. So setting intentions, once again, for, you know, expansion, for courage, for understanding, right? Understanding the spiritual purpose of everything that you've experienced, understanding divine timing, divine cycles, divine purpose and intent. All of these things are going to help you move toward your manifestation, because you are manifesting. And as a result, setting intentions to be able to ground those manifestations and feel confident taking those steps, you know, like I said, moving outside that comfort zone might be really beneficial for you. So I just want to pull you guys like a card or so of advice. Okay, that was easy. Okay, Judgment reverse. Whoa, what the hell are we just talking about? Yeah, and then I pulled the Ten of Cups reverse. This is really a reminder, especially if this is something from your past, to not be afraid of, Two of Swords reverse at the bottom. Try to, you know, not be afraid of making the judgment call, taking the leap, right? what's the worst that's going to happen? 10 of Cups reversed, right? The worst that's going to happen is you're going to find out that what you were aiming for is not quite hitting the mark. But that doesn't mean the mark doesn't exist or that you're not meant for happiness. You're not meant for fulfillment. It just means that whatever you're trying for might need adjustments or might not quite be the thing. But every single step you take brings you closer to what it is that you want. Even if it ends up not being the last step, it's getting you one step closer. I used to always say this when it came to like looking for a divine counterpart. I have to like always remind myself, because I would get disappointed when relationships wouldn't work out, and I would be like, you know what? Every single person gets me closer to the person, right? If they're not if they're not the person, then they're one step closer to my person. Like, I'm one step closer now because of what I learned from this person, because of what I experienced in this relationship. And it's hard because we do want to protect ourselves. We do want to be smart with our energy, smart with our emotional investment, absolutely. But we also can't let the disappointments of the past hold us back from ever trying again, because that's really, that's no way to live, right? So this is just really kind of a call to remember that, when it comes to going after your dreams, don't hesitate, right? And for situations where this is love related for both of you, there is an emphasis here around choosing each other, really giving it an honest shot. Because there's a lot of potential for happiness here. And I feel like there's a fear of picking each other for fear that it won't work out. And one or both parties are overcoming that currently. So setting intentions to have that expanded perception is really going to help with that process. So I think that's everything I'm seeing for group 1. I hope this has been helpful, love bugs. I'm wishing you a safe, happy, healthy new moon. And I will see you guys later. Yeah. With that, I'm going to move on to group 2. Bye. Hi, group 2. Okay, so you guys chose the purple crown chakra I know stone. Very much Sagittarian vibes here. I just want to see what I get from this. I feel like this is a little more serious. I'm almost getting this energy. There's something where you've recently, I was going to say developed divine channel. I was going to say channel divine information. So maybe you've recently developed your channeling abilities. You've tapped into them possibly for the first time. You're tapping into them much more clearly than ever before. There's something where they're showing me like a direct like cable line, and it's very strong, right? So you have a direct line to spirit. You have spiritual insight, at least in one issue that you've been seeking out clarity for. But I do feel like there is hesitancy around pursuing what spirit is directing you to do, either because there's a lot of fear and trepidation about being wrong, or, and this is what I feel like is most likely the case, you know what you have to do, but there's a little bit of heaviness, a little bit of sorrow around taking action. So I feel like this has kind of been shrouding itself in self-doubt about your channeling abilities. Like, oh, maybe I got that wrong. Maybe that's not what spirit wanted for me, when I feel like this is your guides not really giving you like a little swat, but it's kind of just like, okay, what's the likelihood that you're wrong now? Like, this is kind of your guides. I feel like you deep down know what you have to do, and it's just kind of a matter of like talking yourself into it. And that's okay, right? There can be a gap between knowing what we have to do and being ready to do it, and that's okay. But your guides are like, I feel like some of you needed that confirmation where your guides are like, ooh, I heard you, and I know that you heard you. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. So you have this divine information and feeling the courage to be able to move in that direction, because I do feel like it's going to require you to take a little bit of a risk, or like move outside your comfort zone to let go of something. They're showing me somebody like shedding an old skin, but almost like shaking it off like it's like a baggy jacket. Like, you're shedding your skin, you're just like, okay, all right, get off me. Like, you're trying to scoop it off of you. And your guides are trying to help you with that. But again, they're trying to help you work through that and have the the courage and the conviction. That's a better word for it. The conviction to know you're moving in the right direction, even if the first few steps in said direction are a little rocky. So let's see what you've got for your oracle cards, loves. You have take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. Okay. Ooh, okay, yeah, Herc McDiamond with Earth Star Chakra and alignment. 29, that reduces to an 11, which reduces to a 2. Excuse my hiccup. What do I want to do? I want to do this one first. Oh, reflection, look at that little floofer. I don't know why lately I've gotten obsessed with orange cats. I just love it. But look at his little face. Okay, I'm good now. Ooh, illumination. Wow. Okay. And so for your tarot, we have the Hierophant. There's that little orange cat. Some of you might have an orange cat or might like orange cats. Orange could be a favorite color of yours. The Moon. I also love the expression on this cat's face. It makes me laugh every time it comes up in this deck. All right, so 2 majors already. The Knight of Swords reversed. Yup. And the 8 of Cups. Wow, that could not be more synchronistic if I fucking tried. All right, pardon me. But Cancer, Pisces energy here, loves. The bull. Taurus energy here. There we go. The bull. I'm just sitting there muttering to myself. The bull. And then we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. Okay, so for some of you, this insight is not something that you've like recently channeled in a very clear way, but it's brewing, right? And this is where you're going to be getting clarity. So either you've recently gotten the clarity or you will soon be getting said clarity. Setting your intentions for that is going to help this process immensely. This is exactly what we're talking about. First of all, reflection, illumination. This new moon is bringing in that understanding for you. You've been seeking answers. For some of you, you've been taking a break from, I feel like you've been maybe a little bit in hermit mode, or you've been taking a break from your normal activities. You may have been contemplating a vacation. That's actually being very much heavily emphasized at this time, like that's supported. Especially one where you're spending, not saying you have to go on this vacation alone, but especially one where you're going to have a lot of time to self-reflect. And that would be really beneficial for you at this time. Even if you're doing like a staycation and it's just time for you to kind of get zen, get centered, because of exactly what we're talking about. So you're coming into alignment with new things, which is very exciting. But this also means that you're also falling out of alignment with old things, and that can be very difficult. And what these old things are all about with the spider and the web here, these old things that you're falling out of alignment with, that you're leaving behind, are people, places, patterns, situations with the spider web that have been serving a pattern of behavior for you for a really long time. And with this being the moon, this is like the subconscious programs that we have that unintentionally kind of dictate our behavioral patterns, and thus the experiences we have, the results of those behavioral patterns, right? This cat looks surprised, even though there's the web right here, that there's a spider sitting in the tree, like, what? How could that have been, right? Failing to recognize, okay, where there's a web, there is likely a spider, right? And spiders can be about deceit for sure, but they're also really heavily about creation. And with the web imagery, this is about knowing your patterns, right? Spiders are master weavers. They can create so much. But as a result as well, they, if they're with the web imagery, if they're like whatever, hang on. Okay, so it's making me think of the fact that, with the web, spiders just weave the web. I don't want to say just, like it's not difficult. Spiders weave Spiders weave these elaborate webs. There we go. And then they wait, right? So they do a lot of work up front and then they wait. So if their web is solid, they get to kind of just like, wait for their prey to kind of wander in and then harvest from the manifestation of, their hard work, right? If their weave is defaulty, this is, did I get that right? Defective, faulty, there we go, defaulty. I like it, I'm gonna keep it. Oh, it's like something about that feels right but sounds wrong. Or does it sound wrong but feel right? I don't know. Anywho, if the web they are weaving is faulty, defaulty, you know, they could put all this work into it, but how solid will it be when they, you know, get their manifestation? What happens if their web is like, you know, the center is really great, but like the outside's really weak. They could catch something, but then as soon as they went to go, you know, grab their prey, they could fall through, right? You know, the whole entire point is, you know, this is really about a structure in your life where it's about recognizing the patterns and what patterns you have, like what effect they have on the results, right? So this is why with Take a Break, I feel like you're being encouraged to go inward and really reflect on your patterns. And a lot of these patterns, like I said, have to do with your subconscious, with your emotions. The moon is also a lot of the times about the things about ourselves we can't fully see clearly. You know, because the moon in astrology deals not only with your inner world and your feelings, but your subconscious. Whenever I see the references to the moon, this is things that are in your blind spot. So you're going to be getting a lot of illumination about something that's in your blind spot. And it's going to, what this is going to ask you to do is to walk away from something that matters to you. We have a dog image here, so this could be something that you feel very loyal to. We have the child as well, so this could be something that's been with you since childhood, especially with the subconscious being referenced here. But you're being asked to leave this behind. And this is why I feel like there's a struggle with the Knight of Swords reverse, because he's somebody who gets an idea and he acts on it. He's not afraid to speak his mind. He's not afraid to say what needs to be said. He's a fast mover. And because he's looking over his shoulder at the moon and he's reversed, this is where it's been hard for you to move forward. It's been hard for you to take action. It's been hard for you to extract yourself from the patterns that have been born out of this subconscious program, right? It's like, this is that kind of energy of, why does this always keep happening to me? Why is this happening? Like, you know, why am I always in this situation? You're doing a deeper dive and you're kind of coming to that understanding if you haven't already. So this new moon is really a great time to set intentions to help you get further clarity and also courage to move away from what's not serving you anymore. I do want to pull a card about that. Because with the Hierophant, it's already served its spiritual purpose to teach you its lesson. King of Cups, you could be moving away from a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and the Six of Wands reversed. This is and the Tower reversed at the bottom. This is a situation where you have a lot of love for this situation, this person. There's a lot of appreciation, a lot of affection. If this is a job, you were really, really invested in it. This is something that seemed like it was guaranteed success, guaranteed for victory. It's interesting that this cat looks very similar to this one, who actually looks similar to this one. And then we have the orange cat right here. I don't know why I'm noticing that. So if this is a person, part of the reason why it's hard to move away from them is because you guys do have a spiritual partnership. You were meant to help trigger massive lessons within one another. You know, we have the keys here as well. So there's, you know, this was to unlock something important for you and for them. You know, whether this is like, this could be a family relationship where there's, you know, a parental figure, whatever this is, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of deep devotion and appreciation. Like I said, if this is a job, you know, you love this company, you love this job. Maybe you love your boss. This is a great person to work for. You know, you love your coworkers. They're awesome teammates, but there's something about it that's not serving you anymore. What is this thing that's not serving you guys? This is general, but just as a general rule, Seven of Swords. Okay, there's something where there may have been information that was kept from you, but the Seven of Swords is also something about self-sabotage. So this is likely going to be different for each and every one of you. Yeah, the Six of Swords and the World, because this is having to do with a cycle from childhood. Because the Six of Swords for me is sometimes an inner child healing card. This is something that's been with you since childhood. And Spirit's trying to lead you out of this situation, lead you into calmer waters, lead you into peace, into understanding, because it's time for you to close out this really, really big cycle, right? You know, the cat's messing with a little apple here, and these are always kind of like that dualistic imagery for me, as actually are spiders and snakes, where, you know, the apple can be about nourishment and understanding and knowledge, but it's also about temptation, and it's also about destruction, right? So it's like, I feel like there's something where this either never like fully got off the ground. There's something you didn't, you know what it is? It's like there's something where in the past, I feel like you've messed with this person, messed with this situation. You've put up with less than acceptable behaviors or situations, circumstances, outcomes, because it's like, ooh, you know, this could be something great. This could be something really nourishing, really supportive, you know, something I'm learning a lot from. And I think in the past that's served you. But this kind of has this energy that you're spiritually full grown, you're already mature, right? You've kind of like done a lot of the work when it comes to unpacking your patterns. And I feel like it's time for you to be released from this situation because you've learned everything you're going to learn from it. And now to stay in this situation is just kind of like cheating yourself. This is just, you know, self-sabotage. And I feel like what kind of is keeping you from full-on walking away from this, even though there's been a lack, you know, it's been very unsatisfactory, it's been disappointing, is that there's still this hope for things to go well, right? This is victory, success, public recognition. There's still this hope for this to turn out well. And I feel like there's still this hope to come into alignment with this thing, but this is not meant for you. And I rarely say things that directly because, you know, it is general and this will play out differently for everybody. And I also really think everybody should be empowered to make their own decisions. But whatever this is that you need to walk away from or you're getting clarity and insight about, it's not meant for you. It's not what you've been aligning to. It's not what you've been asking for. It may have been at one time, but this is like, you know, a good example of this. This is like a few years ago. I had a very close friend admit that they had feelings for me, and it was really like beautiful and flattering. We got along super duper well. Just a wonderful human being, an amazing person. And I was thinking about it at the time, and I like, it was one of those things where I had been talking to my therapist about it, and she asked me how I was feeling about it. I'm like, you know what? He's the type of personality where he would have been a perfect soulmate for me 5 years ago. But for where I am, but more importantly, where I feel like I'm going, who I'm becoming, I don't think it's going to be a fit. And I don't think it's going to be a good match. And it kind of has similar energy to that, where there's this energy of like, you know, for where you were at one time in your life, this person, this situation just absolutely hit the spot. This was it. This seemed like this was where you were going. It would have fit. But you have changed. You have grown. And that's the entire point. You are freeing yourself from old patterns. And this person, I feel like, is just moving in a different direction. And there's something where I feel like you want it to work out with them. There's a fear of moving on from this, but you know deep down that this isn't serving you anymore. So for this new moon, this is a really beneficial time to set those intentions for clarity, understanding, and for the courage to move forward in the direction you need to go in. But I do want to know what you are coming into alignment with, right? I don't want to be all doom and gloom and leave you on that note. Okay, Four of Swords reversed, so there's going to be movement forward. There's going to be healing, I feel like. Things are finally going to be kind of like happening after you go through this purge period. Nine of Swords and Justice. Okay, so, you know, what you're aligning to might be something that you're a little bit afraid of, but you're also, it's going to be, you know, an offer. It's a contract. You know, this cat's coming indoors after being outdoors. It's going to be an opportunity to come in from the cold, essentially. And there might be something where there's a little bit of trepidation about like, can I handle this? Is this for me? Is this a trap? Like, but you're getting your karmic justice and balance, and this is in a very positive direction. And I feel like it's going to be bigger than you had anticipated. Like, it's going to be better than you had thought it would be. So I quite like that for you. So this is just about everything I'm seeing for group 2. I hope that this has been helpful. I'm wishing you guys a safe, happy, healthy new moon. And I will see you around soon, I hope. Take care, guys. Bye. Oh no, I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess. Super good at that. Oof. Hi, group 3. Okay, sorry, I was just adjusting because the sun just went down, so it got a little bit darker in here. But yeah, hello, welcome. So you guys picked this blue throat chakra I speak stone. I feel like you guys are welcoming in truth. there's something, and this feels very freeing. Like I want to like throw my arms out behind me. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but like I just feel like this is going to be a breath of fresh air. This might kind of knock your socks off a little bit. Like I feel like you guys know that there's a situation in your life where you're needing clarity, you're needing truth. This feels like to me you guys are kind of like I don't care what I have to let go of. I don't care what it takes. I just need the confusion to be over. I need to move. Like I need that breath of fresh air. So you're finally getting that. This is like, whew, I don't know. I can't describe it. But this is kind of what this new moon wants to bring in for you. So setting intentions for that is going to be really, really helpful. I almost feel like for this group, setting intentions about, because I feel like for this group, you're ready, right? It's not like you have to set intentions to be, need the courage to get out of your comfort zone. I feel like for you guys, setting intentions to allow the energy to flow as optimally as possible and to be able to handle that energy flow is going to be really good, because it's like once it gets started, like I said, this is like whoosh, breath of fresh air. So being able to set intentions to hold the energy frequency of this new experience, this new wave, because I feel like once this information comes in, it's going to be like bam, 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 domino effect, knock them down. Setting intentions to be able to hold this frequency of this new experience, this new wave of energy, is going to help you navigate that and stay upright a little bit better, like stay afloat, so to speak. So let's see what you have for your oracle cards. You've got woof, protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. All right, starting off with a bang. We have the eclipse image here too. So the eclipses that we just had may have shook thee to thine core. Okay, there we go. So we have sacral chakra with sunstone and deep knowing. Card 6, and Jupiter is depicted right there. Oh, my sweet little Jupiters. Okay. I'm being weird, sorry. I'm not sorry. Wake up and get started. Yeah, look at this little cat's like, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Like all up in his business. Okay. The void, yup. Let's see what you have for your tarot. We've got 9 of Pentacles. Oh, you guys are going to be sitting pretty. I'm excited for you. Temperance. There's that Sagittarius energy. I love it. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. All right. That actually explains a lot. And the 2 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So for a lot of you, this is about career and finances. I'm going to say that right off the bat. For some of you, you might have a child. Just look, we have the little kitten right here. You've been struggling very much when it comes to your finances, when it comes to, this is poverty consciousness. So either feeling like you don't have enough material resources, you don't have enough to make it through, like to sustain yourself. There might be fear around taking care of a dependent as well. I think I have to sneeze, so I'm sorry if I do that at any point. But you've been really having to, whatever area of your life you've been feeling lack, you've been feeling it. You're down to like, this is a feeling of like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know where else to turn. I don't know how else to fix this problem. I've done everything I can think of. You're like, mission critical. Your battery's down to 2%. Like, this is like something has got to give. And my God, is it about to. So you have this 2 of Pentacles, and I see from this, again, struggling to make ends meet, struggling to I was going to say to justify everything. I meant juggle everything. Okay, so this could be having to justify your choices, having to justify your expenses. There could be something where you went out on a limb, you took a leap of faith, or you want to take a leap of faith and move in a new direction. But there's a fear of like, I have one shot at this. And if I mess it up, I am going to mess it up horribly. And again, if you have a dependent or somebody else in the mix, it might be not even just you factored in here. So this could be where, you have this energy of like, I want to be my own boss. I want to be financially stable. I want to be super independent in that way, right? But there's like a fear of like, I only have so much to invest. So if I invest in this and I do it, it's just the wrong timing or it's the wrong idea. If I mess this up at all, game over. I don't have anything else to work with. I'm screwed. Like, this is what do I do here? How do I fix this? How do I make this work? Because I feel like you're between a rock and a hard place. Whatever leap you're thinking about making or you want to make, it's like, you need to go with deep knowing. You need to go in that direction, right? You know that something has got to give. But it's kind of like I'm running out of resources, I'm running out of time, I'm running out of support, I don't have what it takes. So like this has got to come through and got to come through now, and baby, your time is coming. Which is awesome, because then we shift into Temperance and the Nine of Pentacles. What a different energy. You may have been going through some shadow work. I do see that, having to do with your sense of self-worth, your sense of independence. And what is nice is that things are finally balancing out for you. The Temperance card usually shows the Archangel with 2 cups, and it's like the universe is alchemizing the energy and creating something perfect for you. Like it's just for you, you know, it's specially designed for you. This is likely, like I said, an opportunity, like a job opportunity. You could be moving into your own home or purchasing your own home for the first time. But this is very much like I did it, and I did it on my own, right? There's something where you are thriving off of the strength of your own characteristics, whether you had a great idea, you're a very hard worker, you know, you've been showing up and dedicated and doing, you know, putting in the effort, whatever this is, you are getting this because of your efforts, because of, like I said, the strength of your, you know, your achievements. Some of these achievements may have revolved around cutting off toxic people. That may have been what you've been going through with the shadow work, because I do feel like you're about to be set up to win pretty big. I want to pull up clarifier for protection though. Setting intentions to further protect yourself, to, you know, not have people holding on to your energy might be helpful. Yeah, we have the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Swords reversed, and the Star. Oh, beautiful. And the King of Swords reversed. I feel like this is something where you've been trying to solve this logically. Like, what do I do? What steps can I take? And you're out of ideas. And the reason why is because this was a divine cycle, divine timing. It's not something you could solve through logic. Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, I love this. So with protection, this is exactly what we're talking about. I feel like you guys have been cutting out people who are not healthy for you. This is like soul tribe kind of energy, and the Star can kind of speak to that energy as well for me. You have a big wish coming in. This could be a divine counterpart. And I say that just because at the top of the deck, I looked before I put it down. We have the Knight of Cups and the Lovers. Oh, yes, that is the Knight of Cups. There we go. So this could have to do with that, but this is something you've been really wanting. This is feeling successful. This is feeling stable. You know, this is a wish come true. And like with a butterfly, you've really gone through the transformation in order to be able to sustain this. I don't want to say to earn this, like you have to earn your happiness. I don't believe in that personally. But to be able to sustain this, right? Anything having to do with self-sabotage, you've been cutting that out. People who have been trying to just take from you, they've either exited stage left, or you are working on clearing them out stage right. And so continue with that process. Continue to set intentions for clarity, understanding, again, expansion, growth, being able to release what's not serving you in order to welcome in what is going to, you know, be in alignment with you. Because you're in this void energy where your manifestations are about to emerge, right? So, you know, with Wake Up and Get Started, you're feeling motivated, you're feeling energized, but I do feel like there is this fear of like, okay, I don't have that much left in me. I don't have that much to go off of. I need to make this count. And what your guides want to let you know is you're already on track. You're already doing a great job. Things are about to tip in your favor substantially, considerably. And this is going to be bringing you closer to a wish come true. Oh man, I love this. I want to know more specifically what you are being encouraged to set intentions toward to help bring in this energy, because I feel like you guys have done a lot of the work. We have the 3 of Pentacles reversed at the bottom. So again, this is spiritual partnership when it's upright. This is being very particular. Continue to set intentions for those who are not in alignment with you to take a back seat in your life or leave entirely, and to be willing to release them when they do want to go, you know, when they do seek to be moved out of your life. Ace of Pentacles reversed. 7 of Pentacles reversed. The Hermit, yep. And the Devil. Okay, so exactly what we're talking about in terms of what you should set intentions for. We have Virgo, by the way, and Capricorn here. Lots of earth energy, all earth energy. In terms of what you need to set intentions for, this is to no longer invest in people who aren't a good fit for you, right? Who are encouraging your, you know, lower vibrational habits, who keep you in addictive karmic cycles, who keep you stuck. This is like this energy of like, a warning to not fall prey to the sunken cost fallacy, and to not be afraid with the hermit here, to be in hermit mode, to be alone until the right people come along, the right people to share your joy with, right? Because with this image with, wake up and get started, this little sleepy puppy and the kittens on top of them, I feel like you get people up and going. You're a hard worker, you're a fast mover, you're always like trying to learn, you're always on the go, and I feel like you try to motivate other people similarly, and other people have just been kind of sleeping on not only themselves but on you. And there's this energy here where it's time to let these situations go. So setting intentions for these people, circumstances, these behaviors, these patterns to leave your life, or to make themselves very known in order for you to make changes in your life, to gain that clarity and the courage for them to leave. Again, it's like very much to be in alignment with divine cycle energy, because I feel like the universe wants to move this stuff out for you, right? And it's just like, it's like with the human body is a waste, filtration system, right? Like, got a great inner waste filtration system. So like, assuming that you're in relatively good health, you don't need to do a whole lot extra to remove waste from your body. Just treat it well, as well as you possibly can. Drink plenty of water, get good sleep, eat relatively well. It'll do its thing. And it's kind of like that. Just support the universe acting as it naturally would. So the universe is going to be taking these situations and circumstances out of your life, or highlighting them for you to make changes. And it's just setting intentions to best allow that process to happen, and be willing to be comfortable on your own for a while until the right people to share them with come in. Because like I said, I feel like you're about to win pretty big. And your guides just want to help you prepare your life for that. So this is actually a pretty concise message. This is everything I'm seeing. I hope this has been helpful. If you need help with your specific circumstances, my shop link is in the description box below. And I am wishing you guys a safe, happy, healthy new moon. It's been an honor and a joy to read for you, and I hope I get to again in the future. Take care, love bugs. Bye.